Let's go! Let's go! We did it, man. We did it. Whew. Let's go! Woo! I'm sitting here screaming, man. It's midnight. I gotta scream. Probably waking up my wife. Probably waking up my neighbors. Because the Redskins got sweet-ass revenge, bro. We got that revenge on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers for knocking us out of the playoffs. What a game. This team is not the same. This Redskins team is not the same, man. We've been so used to watching this team struggle for years, and now we're out here beating teams like the Green Bay Packers, who, whenever you mention their name, whenever you mention Aaron Rodgers, everyone bows down and respects because they've been in it, the playoff hunt, year after year. I think they said this past 7 years they made it to the playoffs. And then at the end of this game, you hear Chris Collinsworth on TV, and he's saying this is a huge game for the Redskins, not just for this year, but for our entire franchise. This is a huge win for our entire franchise because this lets everyone know, Sunday night, the entire nation knows that this team is on the up. This team is on the up. We have one of the best, if not the best, offenses in the NFL. Our defense is coming around. They still have some things that they need to clear up. But if we can score this many points, it's going to be hard for any team in the NFL to stick with us, man. And, you know, this really brings me back to the second game of the season where I made a video when the Redskins were 0-2, and it was kind of an emotional video where I got really frustrated with the Redskins fans out there because it just seemed like all these haters out there who call themselves Redskins fans were jumping ship after an 0-2 start, and everyone wanted Kirk Cousins gone. Everyone wanted Jay Gruden gone. They wanted to just gut the entire team and get everybody new. And I made this video where I just went on this rant, and I said things like, hey, if the Redskins were to start off 0-2 this year, and then we would go on and win every single game and go to the Super Bowl and we win that shit too, these Redskins fans, they don't deserve to have that feeling, what it's like to get these wins, and they don't get to have and enjoy the feeling that I would get for sticking through with my team and being a loyal fan through the thick and the thin. That's what I'm thinking about right now. Now, since that point, did the Redskins go undefeated? No. But in the last 7 games, since our 0-2 start, we lost 1 game. We lost 1 game. And now where are all these Redskins fans at, man? Where are all these Kirk Cousins haters at, man? They're non-existent. They're gone. They have nothing to say. Nothing to say. And I've been sitting here pointing this out since the beginning of last year. Kirk Cousins is the next Drew Brees. If you don't see it now, you'll never see it. I've seen this in Kirk Cousins, his very first start last year. I've seen it in him before that. In the game where even in the game where he threw 4 interceptions versus the Giants, I seen this in him. I knew he had it in him. That's why I've been called, multiple times on this channel, a Kirk Cousins apologist. I apologize for Kirk Cousins. Not at all. It's just because I've seen this in him, and I know that he can get it done, and I know that, just like I've said before, it was a slow start to the season for Kirk Cousins, and he's only going to get better. Just like I've said his entire career, he's going to start slow, and once he gets in a rhythm and everything's not as new to him, and he just owns up to the position, he's going to get better and better. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Now, I know this comes off as like, it's like, where are all these Kirk Cousins haters at and this and that? And I'm like, I want you guys to understand. Hopefully you guys get this by now. When I am saying stuff like this, I'm not yelling at you guys. This is not like straight directed to you. I'm saying this all as if I'm saying it, and you guys are behind me screaming it at all these Kirk Cousins haters, all these Redskins fair weather fans. I'm saying this as if you're behind me and we're screaming this at them. Don't get this wrong. I'm not sitting here yelling at you. I'm sorry if it comes off that way. Hopefully you guys understand this by now. Hopefully I'm some type of voice of reason, and you guys believe, or you guys think what I'm saying is somewhat correct, and like I said, a voice of reason, and you guys agree with me on a lot of this stuff. Now let me just, before I could keep, this is gonna be a long video, guys. Get seated. So Kirk Cousins, 21 out of 30 attempts. He made 21 out of 30 attempts, 375 yards, 12.5 yards average, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And let's just go to this. Kirk Cousins has the most 300-plus yard passing games in Redskins history. He just passed Sonny Jurgensen for the franchise record. Let me see. I'm not sure how many. Kirk Cousins is probably thrown for 5,000 yards this year. You know, I didn't think that was going to happen at the beginning of the season when the Redskins blog asked me in an interview. He said, "Do you think Kirk Cousins can throw for 5,000 yards this year?" I said, he has the ability to do it. Now, Redskins fans, we are not going to want him to have to throw for 5,000 yards, but it's going to happen. It's about to happen. Almost 400 yards again here. It's going to happen. The other biggest remarkable thing we got to start talking about this game, Robert Kelly, dude. Robert Kelly is the man. 24 attempts, 137 yards, 5.7 average. His long was 66 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, also to go back to the Kirk Cousins, 12.5 yards for attempt. Now, all these Kirk Cousins haters out there, one of the biggest things they always say is, oh, all Kirk Cousins does is throw short passes. This or that. 12.5 yards per attempt or completion or whatever. That's pretty good. That's deep. He's been throwing some deep balls in this game. And I know you guys watched the game, and I know you guys have seen these deep balls, which Kirk Cousins' arm, that's the other thing that a lot of people like to say is Kirk Cousins, oh, he's not throwing a deep ball because he doesn't have the arm. Bullshit. You just saw it. He can do it. Now, what you need to start realizing is that we are building up to this. We would much rather throw shorter passes and keep drives going. The Redskins, I think, are like near the very top of the list of the NFL for the most first downs. That's because we are getting completions and we are getting these chunk plays and getting these first downs. I would rather sustain drives than just keep trying to air out passes all the time. Now, later on in the season now, we're going deep, more frequent. Plus, we understand that we have one up on the Green Bay Packers defense tonight, so that's another reason why we did all this. Pierre Garçon had 6 catches for 116 yards. Jamison Crowder, 3 catches for 102 yards and a touchdown. Pierre Garçon had a touchdown. Deshaun Jackson had a touchdown. He had 4 catches for 51 yards. Jordan Reed had 5 catches for 79 yards. Man, we went off. Now, this was another game where we had to. It was going to the fourth quarter where the Redskins fans, we had to sit here and be like, "Come on, defense! Come on, defense! Don't let them back in this game." And sure enough, Josh Norman was worth every single penny. They weren't throwing Josh Norman's way the entire game, and then he comes in and knocks that ball out. Will Compton recovers to seal the deal. And then at the end of the game, Martrell Spate getting an interception on 4th down. We ended that game in a hurry and put the nail in the coffin for these Green Bay Packers. It was such good, sweet, sweet revenge. I knew we had this in. I knew we had this in it. In them. I knew our team could do this. I was only worried that Aaron Rodgers was going to do what Aaron Rodgers, a crafty veteran, would do when he knows that he is being one-upped by the Redskins, which is try to get plays, try to get free plays, try try to get the pass interference calls, whatever, just bullshit stuff, just doing whatever they can, scratching, clawing for whatever you know, referee calls they can get, which were happening early in the game. The one drive that they had where they scored, like, it was like 18 plays and took like 9 minutes off the clock, and they got a touchdown on it. That drive should have stopped because they got a BS call on Breland for hands to the face. That was a kind of a BS call, dude. He barely even touched his helmet or whatever. It wasn't like he touched his face mask. It was a bullshit call, man. I could keep going on and on, but I'm going to go to the game notes here. All right, so the beginning of the game, Redskins defense makes Packers go 3 and out on their first drive. Deshaun Jackson drops a second down pass. Defense makes Packers go 3 and out again. Robert Kelly, great run on 3rd and 2. I think he got like a good amount of yards on that. Jordan Reed dropped a pass on 2nd down. There was a few drops in this game where Kirk Cousins was just spot on in this game. He was just throwing the ball like he meant it. He was putting it in a lot. Most of the times he was putting it in good spots. And there was a lot of times where our receivers just were not either fighting for the ball and coming down with it well, or they just dropped passes. We can't keep putting our defense out there without scoring points. We can't let Aaron Rodgers just keep having a chance to come back and score points before us. The defense holds again. Kirk is putting the ball in perfect spots, and receivers are not coming down with it. That's exactly what I was just saying. Skins are getting away from the run some on this drive, and I was worried about that. Kirk to Deshaun Jackson for 20-yard touchdown. Sua Craven's always making plays. He knocks the ball down on 3rd down. Aaron Rodgers was trying to throw the ball, and he got up on a good play and knocked the ball down. Packers go for it on 4th down and get a penalty for 1st down. It was a bullshit call, like I said. It was the Bashaud Breeland one. It should not have been called. They were just looking for anything to give the Packers a 1st down there. Packers go for it on 4th down again, and they get it. Packers go 18 plays for a touchdown, which was kept going by a penalty. Nelson catches a touchdown pass. Norman knocks the ball out of his hand right away. I don't know how I feel about that play. I'm sure. I mean, it seems like Nelson definitely he caught it, and he had both feet in the end zone. It's like, how long do you need to hold onto the ball to, like, you say you really had possession of it? But whatever. I just gotta let that one go, man. That one's just too close. I can't argue it too much. But the Redskins keep getting pressure on Rodgers, and he keeps getting away from Kerrigan and Murphy. They need to get him, man. How many times when we were watching this game, Ryan Kerrigan and Trent Murphy, they got really good pressure on Rodgers, and they just could not bring him down. They could not get him to the ground. They would just come up and pressure him and make Rodgers get out of the pocket and run away, but they just could not get him. It was so frustrating to watch. Kerrigan finally got him sooner or later, but it was so frustrating to watch Kerrigan and Trent Murphy do all this effort to get up there and get to Aaron Rodgers and then just not tackle him and not get their hands on him and take him to the ground. Skins have a false start, and then they go 3 and out. Kerrigan almost gets to Rodgers again and misses. Norman gets a penalty. There was a lot of penalties. There was a delay of game on Norman. There was a delay of game on Bashaud Breeland. These are, you guys, we can't beat teams with these stupid little penalties that we are bringing upon ourselves. We cannot do this over and over and expect to win. Rodgers gets a 15-yard run because Murphy couldn't tackle him in the backfield. Game clock hits 0, and then after that, Rodgers does the timeout signal when the game clock's already hit 0, and then the referees give him the timeout instead of delay of game. This pissed me off really bad. It was so clear that Aaron Rodgers let the clock hit 0, but while it was right after it hit 0, he turned around and went like this, and the referee, they let him have the timeout. They let him trade the timeout for the penalty. And that's bullshit. Later on in the game, Kirk Cousins, the clock runs down, and then he tries to do the same thing, and they didn't give it to us. That's bullshit. That's why I was getting really pissed off at the beginning of this game, because it just seemed like the Packers were getting some calls that were keeping their drive alive and just pissing me off. Finally, Kerrigan gets to Rodgers. He gets him down, and they have to kick a field goal. Big catch and run by Jordan Reed. We need points on this drive, then come out of the half, and we get the ball. Even if it's a field goal, we need to tie the game. Reed with another great catch and run, juking a defender. Robert Kelly, 10-yard touchdown run. He was fantastic in this game. Both of them got the game ball. I'm pretty sure the Robert Kelly and Kirk Cousins, they deserve it. Skins go for two, and they run Chris Thompson up the middle. I think we should have kicked the extra point. I know that it's windy, but even if Hopkins misses it, then it's more practice for him to try to figure out how to kick a field goal if he needs to do it kicking into the wind like he did in that. He would have on that, and then we would have been up by 3 points. Even the commentators were saying, I don't know why they didn't kick it, but I guess it proved to be a correct call because their kicker missed a field goal. So now I don't really question why we went for it, but I just don't understand the logic of running Chris Thompson straight up the middle to try to get 2 yards. Chris Thompson, we got to give him to the ball outside. I don't know why we're trying to run little Chris Thompson up the middle. Baker sacks Rodgers right before the half. Packers hit Kirk high, and they get a 15-yard penalty. 28-yard catch by Jordan Reed, had a really good game. He stepped up and made these big catches when we needed it. A lot of them were on third downs and stuff. Hopkins has a 37-yard field goal. Redskins kick the ball off, and it lands on the 2-yard line where the Packers get it. They kind of recovered it at the 2-yard line because they thought it was going to go and be a touchback. Dante Whitner gets beat for a 47-yard pass. Why isn't Duke Iheanacho in on this play? I don't understand. This was a really bad game for Dante Whitner. There was a lot of plays where I had to sit there and I had to keep writing his name down on this list because he was not doing good things. So Dante Whitner had a terrible game. Breland with a delay of game penalty. Skins defense holds Packers to a field goal try, and they miss it. So that was another good momentum swing for us. 3rd and 5. Kirk extends a play and gets out of the pocket, and he passes it for a first down to Chris Thompson. Great play. You guys, this is where I know like Louis T and like some other guys, they analyze Kirk Cousins and they say, we need you to extend plays more. We need you to do more. We need you to create. And Kirk Cousins, he's starting to do it more. It all comes with being comfortable in his role. The better, just like last year where at the end of the year, that's where he got his hot streak. It seems like right now he's on a hot streak. Like I said, we won 6. We only lost 1 time out of 7 games or whatever, 7 or 8 games. So I mean, he is on his hot stretch now. So Kelly, Kirk Cousins is beast at play action. He just hit Deshaun Jackson for 17 yards. Kirk Cousins is like one of the best play action quarterbacks in the NFL, which also play action is pretty hard at times because normally your quarterback has to turn his back to the defense, and he's not looking at the defense until he turns back around. That's one reason why I knew Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. He's always been good at play action, and he hasn't really made that many mistakes at play action. He normally always does really well. Kelly has dropped 2 passes so far. Might have not been super accurate passes by Kirk Cousins, but these are catches he needs to catch. He's coming out of the backfield, and sometimes it's not, the guys aren't on the same page all the time, but he needs to improve his catching a little bit. We call a timeout right after the clock, and it hits 0. And when we get the penalty, we're not Aaron Rodgers, apparently, who can just, trade a penalty for a timeout. Kirk Cousins goes deep to Jamison Crowder for 44 yards. A bomb in the wind. You guys need to. There's Kirk Cousins haters out there. They need to shut up about Kirk Cousins' arm. He had multiple bombs in this game. Redskins defense leaves Starks wide open for a 32-yard touchdown. If you have to point this finger at anybody, that's got to be Will Compton for not having our guys lined up on this play correctly. How does he get that open? It was communication. Something was wrong, and Will Compton is the one who is communicating all this stuff, so he's got to get a little bit of blame for that. Kirk Cousins, 70-yard pass to Garcon. What an answer to what seemed like the Green Bay was just answering us over and over. Every time we got points, Green Bay came back. And then real quick on this next drive, Kirk Cousins, 70-yard pass to Garcon. And then next thing you know, you hear the "You Like That" chant coming through the TV. It was so beautiful. I wish I was at the game. I love that we came out on that drive and we threw the ball on first down, and we were keeping our foot on the gas pedal. Every time we scored points, Aaron Rodgers came back and they scored points. So I like the call. I like to run the ball. You guys know I like to be balanced, but I like the call to throw on first down, and then we kept throwing the ball because we knew we had these boys. We knew that we had them done in, that they could not stop our offense. So I like that. Dante Whitner misses a tackle, and then Cobb goes for 47 yards. Baker goes off with an injury, but I think he came back. Skins defense lets the Packers go 82 yards for a touchdown. Our defense was just... It's hard, man. I was going to be so upset if we lost this game and the Redskins scored like over 30-some points or whatever, and our defense lets the Packers score more points than us, dude. I would have been so upset, dude. Let's come out and try to get a few deep shots after the half, is what I was meaning. Robert Kelly is the man. I wrote that down. Kirk Cousins sneaks the ball on 4th and inches and gets it. Packers blitz, and Kirk stands tall in the pocket and finds Jamison Crowder for 53 yards. And it looked like it was about to be a touchdown, but he gets down at the 1-yard line and sets up a Robert Kelly 1-yard touchdown run. It was an 83-yard drive. Houston Bates played fullback on that play. If you don't know, Houston Bates, I'm pretty sure, is a linebacker for us. And he came in and played fullback on that play. Hopkins misses an extra point. Skins defense giving up yards quickly. Will Compton recovers a fumble knocked out of the Packers tight end's hands, and Josh Norman knocked it out. Will Compton recovers. Robert Kelly has a 66-yard run down to like the 10-yard line, and it seems like at this point Green Bay gives up, and we get our sweet revenge. Kelly gets a 5-yard touchdown run after that, his third of the night. One of the Packers players steps on Ty Nseki's helmet while he's down on that touchdown run. So yet again, they're being sore losers. Aaron Rodgers is done for the night with 2 minutes left in the game. They didn't even bring him back out. And their backup quarterback on 4th down throws an interception to Martrell Spate, which I love that because it boosts the morale of some of our backups. We had Martrell Spate, a backup in there. He gets an interception. We have full momentum going into this next game this Thursday versus the Cowboys, who also have momentum. But at least we have momentum as well. Kirk tries to, this is the last thing I've written down. Kirk tries to talk to Aaron Rodgers after the game, and Rodgers just looks like he wants no part of talking to Kirk Cousins. He is a sore loser. So screw the Green Bay Packers. Excuse me. And what a win, man. What a win. It is a win that we wanted. It was a win that we needed, and a win that we got on national television. Even though we had the one loss to the Steelers on Monday night, the first game of the season. This is big. If you guys watched the game and you heard Chris Collinsworth talking, he seemed genuinely like he's changing his train of thought about the Redskins. He's sitting here just like realizing, saying, hey, there's something here. And it starts with Kirk Cousins. There is something here. We are building something here. And it's exciting, man. It is so exciting to sit here and watch our team come from what it was just a couple years ago with Scott McCloughan. We're gonna be a playoff contender for years to come. If we keep drafting the way that we are drafting, if we keep drafting people like Sua Cravens every single year, if we keep drafting the Brandon Scherfs of the world, hopefully Doxson turns out to be good. If we keep drafting like this, even though we're in a hard division, I see it. We're on the rise, man. This team is different. They don't sit down and give up. We score points, man. We have go-getters on our team now. We still have holes. Our defense needs to be improved. Will Compton, I love the guy and he makes plays, but Will Compton, I just think should not be our starting middle linebacker. I think we need somebody else. But I'm not saying I want Will Compton on the field. He's a good player. He rallies the troops. He's a good leader. But we do need some upgrades on defense. But that's what I'm saying is like thinking about our future from here on out. We're on the rise, man. It's something to be excited about. It's exciting to be a Redskins fan again. 2012 and then last year, now it's like a snowball effect. Kirk Cousins is different. Kirk Cousins is a different guy than he was last year. There's times where I see Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins, he's normally like a smiley guy, like a lighthearted guy. But when I see confidence, you can see the confidence in his eyes. You can see him be a different guy. You like that, Kirk? When he does things like that, he's scary good, dude. He is scary good. Like I said earlier in this video, and I mean it, dude. He is the next Drew Brees. He is the next. He's gonna be the guy that people who want to base what a good pocket passing quarterback should be, they're gonna say Kirk Cousins. That guy, he is a good traditional pocket passing quarterback who's got some other tricks up his sleeve. Can you say he's great right now? He's getting there, but it's still early in his career, man. Kirk Cousins, he's leading this team, man. You can't dispute it. You cannot dispute it. Sure, does he have all these weapons? Yeah, he has weapons, but doesn't Peyton Manning? Didn't he have weapons at Denver? Didn't freaking Tom Brady? He's got weapons. He's got Rob Gronkowski. Like he's got everyone's that's on a good team like that has weapons. So you just single-handedly, if you listen to the game and you heard Chris Collinsworth or whatever, all those guys sitting there talking, they said how they were so surprised about this team and Kirk Cousins, man. It's just such a good feeling. I really felt like the referees were trying to keep the Green Bay Packers on the game for too long, and I was just really worried that the Redskins were going to let the referees have a hand in the game, but they squashed it, man. This wasn't. We still need to improve. The Redskins fans, we still have not had another game where we're sitting there by the end of the third quarter and being like, "Yep, this game's a wrap." We were in the fourth quarter again, where that's when we broke away. That's when we ended the game. But we were still in the fourth quarter, sitting here, biting our fingernails. Is our defense going to let Aaron Rodgers go down there and just move the ball at will again? We're sitting here wondering. We need to improve. I knew we should have beat this team, and I don't care that the Packers were on a 3-game losing streak. I don't care. Whenever you say the Green Bay Packers, or you're talking to someone about the NFL, and you mention Aaron Rodgers or you mention the Green Bay Packers, that's a name that gets respect. And I don't care if they're on a losing streak. I don't care what they got going on. People who are going to play the Packers next game, whoever plays the Packers next game, guess what? They're going to be respecting the Packers because they are talented. Even if they have a bunch of injuries, it doesn't matter, man. That's the name of the game in the NFL. It's what you do after that, what you do with the injuries, who steps up, things like that. Aaron Rodgers is a crafty veteran. Like I said, he's going to do whatever. He's going to do whatever bullshit he needs to do to get a drive to keep going and score some points. But this felt really good, man. I had to get this video out there today, man. It's late. I had to charge my phone just so because my phone was dying because I'm writing all these notes and just keeping my phone on. Great, dude. Rob Kelly, man, we got something there. And I like listening to Rob Kelly talk, to doing interviews and things like that. He seems like a pretty humble guy, but he also seems like, he's a beast, dude. He's not going to, you've seen him scrapping with some people and everything like that in the game. He's no pushover. Like, he's ready to, he doesn't care about contact. He likes to hit people. He never stops moving his feet. He reminds me a lot of Alfred Morris, but with just a different build, kind of, and he just, I guess, a rookie. So, like I said, his build's a little bit different, but he's kind of like Alfred Morris. He never stops moving his feet until the whistle's blown. He takes the ball, and he rarely ever gets negative plays. We got something in Rob Kelly. Now, also, there's a lot of Redskins fans, I'm sure, who are sitting here saying, oh, let's get rid of Matt Jones. We can't do that. We can't get rid of Matt Jones. Matt Jones is going to be on our team. Matt Jones is going to probably be here next year. Matt Jones has talent, man. We need to keep him around. We need to hopefully he needs to hopefully wake up, man. Hopefully he needs to correct whatever problems he has. But think back to last year against like the Saints and everything, where we throw the screen to Matt Jones and he goes for like 80 yards for a touchdown or whatever. Matt Jones has talent. We cannot just give up on him. Am I saying he should start over Rob Kelly? Hell no. Rob Kelly is our dude right now. Just like Dak Prescott's going to take Tony Romo's job over in Dallas, it's Rob Kelly's job now. That's what good teams do. When we all sat here all year long and we're just like, we didn't like our safety. I can't even remember his goddamn name now that he's gone or whatever. I don't even want to remember that dude's name. Whatever, that guy sucked. I can't remember his name. I don't want to remember it. He's off of our team now. Everyone knew that this Bruton Jr. God damn it. Everyone hated his play, and guess what? Sooner or later, he's gone. Someone started over him. This is a good sign because it shows that our coaches and it shows that our general manager, they are all in tune with what's going on. And if there's this many fans saying it and we're just fans, it's got to be true, man. Duke Hinacho is way better than David Bruton Jr. We've been saying this for a long time. Finally, it's changed. Now everyone said we are done with Matt Jones. We need something different. Now Rob Kelly stepped up, and that's what made this team so good last year's with all the injuries, all the guys that we had stepping up. Now we got guys like Kendall Fuller stepping up. Now we got guys who are young and they're just thrown into the game. Jamison Crowder, all these guys are stepping up, man. Sua Cravens, all these newer guys, or because of injuries. Tyan Secchi, he comes into the game, and it's like Trent Williams never even missed a game. It's like if anything, he's probably playing a little bit better than Trent Williams has been playing. We really do need to consider playing Trent Williams at left guard when he comes back. I like Sean Laval, but there were a few plays where he got blown up in this game. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a long video, but this is a revenge video. This is sweet. This is something I'm gonna. Until Thursday, man. I'm on a high horse right now, dude. This is a game that we needed. Our division is a really hard division right now, and with the Giants winning, with the Cowboys winning, which god damn it, dude, I didn't want to do this, but I was rooting for the Ravens today to beat the goddamn Cowboys, and I think we need to get after Dak Prescott, dude. If we get after Dak Prescott, I think we can do it, dude. I think we can beat him. I think if our defense makes a few plays and we just show up like we did today and do not let our foot off the gas pedal like today, and we try some shots down the field, I think we got this game coming up. So this is a long video, you guys. Let me know what you think. I had to get this video out today, man. There's no way I could have waited. It's late. I got school tomorrow. I got stuff to do. I'm probably waking people up being so loud. But I had to get this out to you guys. So let me know what you guys think. Happy Victory Monday tomorrow. If you're watching this tomorrow, hail to the Redskins as always. If you like the content here, please subscribe. Just past 600 subscribers, dude. That's crazy, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys know if you comment on the video, I like to talk to you guys. Now I'm getting so many comments and stuff like that. I can't even depend on my email to sit here and tell me that I have a new comment. I have to go on all my videos and go read through every single comment to make sure that I have responded to you guys. But that's a great sign. That means you guys like the content here on the channel. That means you guys, I even see you guys talking to one another and adding on to things that you guys have to say, and that's what we're here to do. This is a community for Redskins fans, and this is a community right now who should be excited for a Thursday night matchup that I think we just shocked. Well, I'm not going to say we shocked everybody today because the Redskins are on the up, but there's a lot of people who picked the Green Bay Packers to win this game today. Even the coach Herm Edwards, and even the other guy who was on there before the game, they picked the Green Bay Packers to win. Well, guess what? We just shocked a lot of people. The entire nation probably. If you're not watching the goddamn Walking Dead, you just watched Kirk Cousins have a freaking field day. You just watched the Redskins defense make plays when they needed to. Now everyone in the goddamn United States knows who Robert Kelly is, the undrafted rookie running back, Fat Rob. Everyone knows him now. He's going to be picked up by everyone who has not already picked him up in fantasy tomorrow. And guess who already picked him up in both leagues? I did. Robert Kelly, I have him in the two leagues that I play in. For sure I picked him up way before anyone else who doesn't pay attention to the Redskins. I snatched him up right away when I found out he was going to start over Matt Jones. And he just had like 30-some points today with 3 touchdowns. I think that's probably the most points for a running back this entire weekend. So we're on the up, man. Rejoice. This is time for us to say screwed, to hell with Aaron Rodgers, to hell with his greatness, to hell with the Packers' greatness. The Redskins are taking their spot in the NFC. The Redskins now demand respect. We are 6-3-1, and we have the momentum going. Yeah, we have a tie. That tie should have been a win. We should have beat the Cowboys earlier in the season. I can't say that we should have beat the Steelers, but we should have for damn sure beat the Cowboys. We should be 7-2-1 or whatever. 7-2. We should be 7-2 right now or better. We could do better than that. So hail to the Redskins, guys. Long video. Sorry for that. Unless you like the long videos, let me know. Hail to the Redskins. Peace.